Greetings everyone. This video shows how to automate the fusion crafting core from Draconic Fusion. I've been playing around with Draconic Evolution and been frustrated with the fusion crafting system, having to manually enter all the bits and bobs to craft with. I haven't seen any successful solutions from anyone else, so once I figured something out, I thought I'd share. This is running on Direwolf 20's 1.10.2 pack, though since I only use Draconic Evolution, Ender.io, Actually Editions, and Refined Storage, it should run on a number of other packs as well. Also, it should be easy to replace Refined Storage with Applied Energistics wholesale without any issues. Currently, this is the entire setup for two recipes, Awakened Draconium and an Awakened Core. I've got very basic Refined Storage setup with the mineral I need. This then runs to a pair of crafters. Each crafter gets its own recipe, and this one is just for creating the ingots for the Awakened Core. These then feed the ingredients into a bog standard chest with a phantom face from Actually Editions hooked up to it, just to give it more faces. Each face of these is extracting on a different Ender.io channel with an item filter for the one item that I want to go there, and an item speed downgrade to only extract one at a time. Each of these channels then comes over here to a different crafting injector. Each of these 9 run on separate channels. The 10th channel I use goes to the Fusion Crafting Core and does not have the conduit downgrade for the Awakened Draconium because you need 4 at once. This then allows us to craft one thing at a time, such as if we want the Awakened Draconium. It will send the items into here, which will be piped out through these into the corresponding 7 crafting injectors. This will charge, craft, and then get the Awakened Draconium will be extracted from the importer, via the importer. This redstone clock on the top is merely to trigger the actual crafting process. Now, once that is complete, as I said, the Awakened Draconium will make its way back into the system, and we'll have 4 blocks of the stuff. This system also works in larger quantities. So if we want to craft it 3 times simultaneously, all the stuff will already be out of the chest and into the various injectors and core. Each of the injectors will have 3 of the items required, and the core will have all 12 draconium blocks. This works because each of these Ender.io conduits pulls out 1 item at a time, and each of them works simultaneously to place them. So 1 pipes into each, then a 2nd pipes into each, and then the 3rd. So this will pull out the 4 and start crafting again. Or I think it pulled out the 4. Yes. There they are. So now we wait a minute or so for the other 2 crafting to complete, and we will see that all 3 crafted correctly. Or we can speed it up a little bit with an acceleration mod. Sadly, I have not found any way to speed up the charging process apart from using higher better energy conduits, such as the IO crystals from Draconic Evolution, which are far faster than the Ender.io conduits. And so we have all 12 Awakened Draconium blocks. Now, the beauty of this comes in that it works recursively to an extent. So I can now tell it to make 2 awakened cores, each of which require 5 draconium ingots, which, as you just saw, I deleted from the system. So I start the crafting, and it puts all the required stuff for the awakened draconium into this chest, pipes it out, crafts it, but at the moment it's still waiting for the awakened draconium ingots, so it has not yet started this second craft. Once it finishes, the ingots will be crafted via this recipe, piped out, and the core has started. And now we have 1 awakened core, and the second is being crafted. This works most of the time. There's a certain circumstance that I've not actually tested, but that I do not believe that it will work for. And that is when you have multiple crafting recipes going simultaneously that are not dependent on each other. So if I were to now say, oh, I want more awakened draconium blocks, and immediately also say I want more awakened cores, it has the ingredients to create the core, so it'll send those right away and pipe ingredients into the couple injectors that we were not using for the awakened draconium and cause the awakened draconium craft to fail. I'm certain there's a way around this using some redstone conduits and detecting whether or not the craft is currently going on. I just haven't bothered at the moment because I can be a little bit careful. And to demonstrate, we start crafting that. We start crafting one of these, and we now suddenly have the wyvern cores for the awakened core stuck in there, causing this to fail. If we pull those out, it'll start again. So this works most of the time for simple crafts. Anytime that there's recursive crafting, it should work, because it will wait on the second craft. It'll wait until the first craft is complete to begin the second craft, thereby causing no interference in the crafting station. And then to add more crafting recipes, you just need to replicate this setup over and over with a crafter with the recipe going into a chest, which is linked to a phantom face. Depending on how many ingredients there are, you might not actually need the phantom face. Each face has an Ender IO conduit set to extract on a different channel, each channel corresponding to one of the crafting injectors. Each of these also including an item filter for the item you want to go there, and an item conduit speed downgrade to extract only one at a time. Once you've got this all set up, it should work. I have yet to have it fail when correctly set up. So, that is how to automate the fusion crafting core from Draconic Evolution. So, thank you, have a nice day, and if you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them.